Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. I'm JJ, and today I want to talk about the power of questions. Specifically, how to ask questions or how to use questions to become a better language learner. Now, this is something that's actually not specifically for language learning. It's actually something you can use everywhere in your life. And it's something that's really, really powerful. It's really simple, but it's one of those changes that can really lead to a lot of improvement and lead to a lot of results and a lot of success. So I want to share this with you today. Now, first of all, with questions, with learning, one thing that's really, really important is that, there's an idea. There's an idea that goes something like this. A good teacher shows you where to look and what to look for. But a great teacher shows you where to look, but not what to look for. In other words, a teacher cannot actually download the information into your brain. It's not like the movie The Matrix. In real life, in reality, we have to take responsibility for learning. We are the ones, as learners, as students, we have to take responsibility to actually understand the material, understand the language. Why is it like this? Why is it like that? The teacher can give you the rules. The teacher can give you examples. The teacher can give you techniques and practice, but they cannot learn it for you. You are the one who has to take that responsibility. And this is something super important because one thing that will make your language learning a lot easier or a lot more effective, more efficient, is when you realize that no teacher can actually teach you. Teachers can only show you the way, but it's up to you to walk. So that's something really, really important. It's something that I did in my life. When I was a kid, I always thought, I just sit here and the teacher feed me the information. But what ended up happening is because I didn't do any work, I didn't learn anything. I would like, wow, I know it. And then after class, 5 minutes later, it's gone. And then I would always blame other people. It's the class fault. It's other people. It's blah, blah, blah. And I would always put the blame other places. I wouldn't take responsibility. But the moment I started taking responsibility for my life and for my learning, all of a sudden, everything made sense because I realized that, remember this, in any sort of class or in any sort of learning environment, who has the power, the teacher or the students? And the answer actually is the students. Because if the students don't want to learn anything, no matter what the teacher does, the students won't learn. Of course, in reality, it's teamwork, but that's something really, really important. And so I encourage you to remember that. You have the responsibility. And responsibility is not something scary. Responsibility is simply the ability to respond. Responsibility. So if you have responsibility, it means you have the power, the ability to achieve or to accomplish. And okay, so I said all that stuff, but all right, JJ, let's get right into it. Tell me, how do I use this question thing to improve my languages or to improve my language learning? And here's the thing. Remember, the person who asks the questions has the power. When I learned philosophy, I was studying philosophy in university, and basically, if you really think about it, all philosophers ever do is ask questions. And that's how they came up with all their crazy ideas, because they asked questions and then kept asking questions. And here it is. To put it very, very simply, there's a 3-step process. And this 3-step process is actually a cycle. You can start anywhere and you can go anywhere. If you do it correctly, it's an upward spiral. And here's how it goes. Number 1, do. Act. Do something. Number 2, reflect. This is very important. Think about what happened. What went well? What didn't go well? How can you improve next time? And then step 3, also super important, is adapt. Based on your reflection, how can you change your next action so that you improve, so that you learn something? Remember, there is no failing. You either win or you learn. And because learning will lead to victories in the future, in reality, you either win now or you win later. If you know how to reflect and how to adapt. And so I'll give you a quick example. For example, let's say in Brazilian Portuguese. You don't need to know Portuguese for this example. But let's say in Portuguese, I'm talking to a friend and I want to say, how was your day? So I say this. I don't know if the words are masculine or feminine, grammatically masculine or feminine. So let's say I say this, and this is wrong, by the way. So I say to my friend, oh, como foi sua dia? So how was your day? And my friend says, seu? Como foi seu dia? And I say, huh? So I'm thinking, so here's the two different paths for JJ. One path is I repeat. Okay, I guess that's the right answer. Oh, como foi seu dia? Okay, cool. And I don't think about it. Bloop. So what happens is probably next time when I ask again, I'll probably make the same mistake. And this way, it does work. You actually do learn, because what ends up happening is you probably make the same mistake 20 million times, and then you start realizing, oh, the pattern is seu dia. But the other way, which is more effective maybe, which might save you more trouble in the future, is if I think, wait, como foi seu dia? How was your day? Why seu? Seu is masculine, not feminine. Sua is feminine. Seu is masculine. That means dia, day, the word for day, like today. Day in Portuguese must be masculine. And so now that I understand, and I don't just remember the rule, seu dia, I don't remember, I'm understanding, I'm working. You see, I'm trying to understand and make my own concept. And so maybe I will think to myself, oh, seu dia. So I imagine, I don't know, the sun, because the sun represents, like right here, the sun represents the day for me. And maybe I'll think of the sun is, he is wearing a top hat or like a suit. I don't know, I'm making something up. But you see, it's my knowledge. It's my example. I am transforming this moment, this correction, into a lesson for myself. And of course, I'm exaggerating a little bit. I'm making it very, very ridiculous. In real life, sometimes you don't have time to do this. But often, if you stop and reflect, even something like, oh, what happened today? I said this. How come they responded like this? Maybe I should do this. And you can test. Keep testing. Keep testing. Don't be afraid. Remember, mistakes are okay. It's part of life. It's part of the learning process. So that's a quick example. And then in the future, I'll know, oh, como foi seu dia? Because dia, day, is masculine. So seu, masculine, not sua, the feminine. Forgive me if any of you speak Brazilian Portuguese and my grammar terms are wrong. I apologize. I hope this example is correct, because otherwise I'll look so stupid, and that's okay too. And this concept is very, very small, but I encourage you to use this everywhere in your life. Whenever you see something or whenever you do something, how come they didn't understand me? Oh, maybe it's my pronunciation. What is it? Maybe I'm trying to say the word, I don't know, Thursday, and I'm saying Thursday. My tongue. Is my tongue out? Is it coming out to party, or is it staying at home quarantine? Oh, no, my tongue is not out. That's why. Okay, okay, next time tongue. You see what I'm doing? You can use this for almost everything. And when you start asking questions, you will start to become more engaged. Just think about your own life. When you're watching a TV show or a movie that you really enjoy, you're asking yourself questions. I wonder what's happening next. Who is the killer? Ooh, who is going to end up being a couple? But when it's boring, you don't care. You just, I don't know that. And so that's really important. You start to realize every time that you like something, the more engaged you are, the more questions you ask. The more questions you ask, the more engaged you are. And boop, 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 boop. It's an upward cycle, an upward spiral of awesomeness. And so there you go, my small tip for today. I'm going to recap. Basically, ask questions. Whenever you're afraid, whenever you're like, I'm stuck, I don't know how to learn, be curious. Okay, what is something new that I didn't think about before? Maybe think like a beginner again. Okay, if I was a beginner, what would I not know? Be curious. Or if you're afraid, I don't want to make a mistake, be curious. Okay, what happens if I make the mistake? What cool thing might happen? Maybe they'll show me something new. And of course, it's easier said than done. even for me. I know all this stuff, but sometimes I'm scared. That's very, very normal. So I encourage you, curiosity is a superpower. And the more questions you ask, the more you will understand. The more that you will understand the way life works or the way language works in a way that makes sense for you. So, to finish, I'm going to recap and summarize the 3 steps. It's do or act. The second one is reflect, think about what happened. And the third one is adapt, change the action so that when you do it again, the cycle is then you do it, you don't just repeat the same mistake over and over again. So that's it for today. I hope it's something helpful. And please feel free to share this with your friends. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to like. Feel free to hit the bell button, I think, on YouTube. I've actually never hit that before in my life, but feel free to hit the bell button and feel free to write comments. I try to look at all of them and I'll try to respond to all of you. So thank you so much. I really appreciate all of you. Have a great weekend, and it's JJ out.